Так, приветствую всех любителей интересного геймплея. Продолжаем с вами проходить диско Elysium. Мы с вами, собственно, отправляемся в последний путь. То есть, соответственно, будем теперь сохраняться. И вот это сохранение постараемся довести до финала. С чем вас, собственно, всех и поздравляю. Раскачка. Открывайся, раскачка. 4.2, 4.2. Вот такая раскачка. Коронка восприятия. Все, поехали. Ну, я сюда просто не заходил. Карта. Белое можно попробовать заново. Потолочный вентилятор можно попробовать заново. Ну ладно, сначала... Не, понятно. Отойти от трупа. Уйти. Подожди. Давайте сбегаем, заберем галстук сразу. А что это вдруг? Беги, беги.
You should totally sing karaoke here. Utterly. Through a PA by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says you. Who is mistaken? Who is mistaken? Who is mistakenly? You should sing. This serves them. You would need another copy of the tape.
Так, и да, мы проматываем диалоги, большинство из них, потому что мы здесь уже были. Постараюсь забежать как можно дальше, как можно быстрее. Лайки прожмите, подпишитесь, поддержите прохождение. Не, подписываться не надо, лайки прожмите просто. Все, поехали, галстук что-нибудь сделаем с галстуком. А теперь мы с фонарем играем. Недоступно. Так, а где это? Белые проверки. Проверки на белом фоне сейчас доступны. Так, вот они. Следы, визуальный анализ. Можно? Визуальный анализ. Потолочные... Следы на белом фоне. Сейчас доступны, не понял. Плащ полицейского тоже можно? Вот он, потолочный вентилятор, калибристика. Проект на белом фоне сейчас доступно. Так, ну-ка, это что такое? Спойте в караоке, окей. Так. Нифига не понял, блин. Сейчас опять это... Короче, потолочный вентилятор нельзя. Давай еще раз. Тыкнем. Недоступно. Это же потолочный вентилятор. Окей, и у нас есть следы. Следы. Это все следы. Плащ полицейского. Можно еще раз? Че, вдруг? Потому что штаны надел. Там у меня меньше стало. Все, следы машин, это другие следы машин. Давайте тут тоже базарим.
Mr.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsurai.
What? What is this?
Sir,
Yes, of course.
I know it took us.
No, I only just...
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got.
What, of Martinez?
But you still know.
Yes, I know where it's some...
I didn't imply.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Я и не думал, он поворачивается к тебе. Детектив. Прикинулся дурачком.
I have everything. You?
Yes, yes.
He thinks you're stupid, sire.
Драма. Кто его убил? Почему Сильвия не здесь?
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Дело раскрыто.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct. What?
Я феминист.
Is that so? Mr. Feminist? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. What are you, crazy?
Suddenly you tense up. Blood is being pushed to your muscles. You should hound him on this. Hound him hard. The prey drive says.
Это сумрак, с ума меня сводит.
No, I didn't. I didn't. I don't appreciate this. What is this? Do I have to answer him? Is this mandatory?
The lieutenant stands motionless, his expression unreadable.
What are you, an idiot? I told you I haven't killed anyone.
He ignores you.
Let's go.
Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. You owe me
Да,
130
штаны надо
real.
было снять.
Oh,
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency.
no, you don't owe... Let's see. Another thing you've annihilated is What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or... Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency. Yes, it is.
Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what...
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuru...
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
О, знаешь про Сильви. Подключена необъяснимая феминистская повестка. Подключена. А, не подключена. +2 авторитет прочих мужчин. То есть на женщине не работает. Давай. Усваивать. Авторитет.
Did someone order a vague, farcical reading of the law? More than one pops into your head.
К выполнению сотрудников полиции служебных обязанностей своими бессмысленными требованиями ты мешаешь мне расследовать убийство. Интересно, что сказала бы на это Сильви. Ты признался в сексуальных преступлениях, посягательствах на половую неприкосновенность. Тебя посадят в половую тюрьму. Все это такое, блин, прозрачный капец. У меня что-то прокнуло. Что-то плохое, видать.
But it's not inane. You owe me money.
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station.
Клево, уйти. Спасибо, что пошел навстречу. До свидания. Мне кажется, пора остановиться. Но...
The ledger does. The ledger has a memory. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them. Fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room. Don't thank me. You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there.
That's enough now, sir. Good day.
Возместитель еще раз. Слушай,
By the way,
прикольно.
where is home? The address is coming up blank, but you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. You don't really know, do you? South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Подожди, тут другая мысль. Там был бомжекоп. А теперь одинокая дорога домой. После памяти о событиях возвращается. Одинокая дорога домой. Такого не было у меня. Усваиваем. Плюс энциклопедия. Хорошие мысли. Возместить ущерб. Так, а возместить ущерб не написано, сколько я должен ему.
Can I help you? Mine?
Thank you for clearing.
Why?
I thought as
Well, yes. Ask.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
Подожди.
Prod at him and find out.
Callous?
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and he killed himself.
what are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? We should return to the case of your mistaken identity.
What for?
It concerns the case.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. Yes. Have you got for the drinks? 30 real.
А просто 30 и все.
Like what? I was really enjoying talking about the money you owe me. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Your body is ready, sire.
Миссер, ваше тело готово.
What thing? Yes, not...
We should find out who this Lord faction. We don't.
There are these things.
What are you, a cook now? That's... You're not. You're a menace. What are you, a cook? No, you don't. Fucker. Lay off the swear words. They don't make you... Besides, the...
You do realize you can just go into the kitchen at 1300 hours. No need for superstar charm or Sambo style, and Sambo is an acronym for Samaran boxing.
What are you, a cook now? He wasn't pan... Fine. Okay. The kitchen is closed. What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the word.
Another thing. Yes?
Руке просто это на опыт его прокликали. А, еще вот этот мужичок. Давай попьем. Держи. Меня не тянет. Меня не тянет.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Наделал шума, общаясь с Гартом. Взять таблетки.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more.
No idea. Looks possibly because there's a strike going on in the harbor.
There is only one way.
Why they...
Looks like a...
Wait, what? Thank God, no.
The worker.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's the name of...
He doesn't sound too enthusiastic about.
How's it? Haven't you noticed what's going on outside? Good. For one, I can get some goddamn shut-eye. Right to sleep, I say. They got it. Measurehead's got it. He's guarding the gate.
The way he says Measurehead implies ultimate trust in this head reckoner's physical prowess. He seems like a worthy rival. You should slay him.
We are the workers. Okay. I guess there's also yeah. Well, you know, if someone has decided to die on top of a tree, I can tell you this. Trouble.
You have a pretty solid feeling that the man's not just mouthing off. He's strong, but even he has reasons to be cautious here.
They say your guy was a killer. Your tree man. He has friends, same as him, killers. There's only one thing they know well. How to wreak havoc. Everyone. It's a local rumor.
Meaning, you're not gonna get more out of me. It was probably his colleagues from the union.
You heard what I said.
The lieutenant gives you a little nod, then makes a note in his blue. So union people think he was a killer, he thinks. Even sleepy hair. This doesn't help a lot, but it's something. Good work, detective.
Хорошая работа.
Indeed. Help yourself to some. Wait.
The dock worker doesn't.
Так, какой-то опыт начал залетать. Тоже неплохо. Одно очко. Маловато. Так, окей. Вот, я думал, вот эти ворота. Следы машин. Это вот эти следы. Давай сразу их заблокируем или чё?
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work, maybe more than 12.
Отлично.
No. 1. Standard work 2. Standard work 3. Hobnailed work 4. Standard work boot. No, you don't. 5. Another 6. An aberration. Lighters. Impossible to tell. Good, you're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else. 7. The glowing outline of us. 8. And yet another standard work.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? A woman? Or a kid? Understood. Anything else? 200? Could it be the...
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
I can't see any prints fitting the armor boots the victim was wearing, can you? Someone had to carry him. Are any of the other prints deep enough? An obese person is becoming less likely. Possibly.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Или просто отвести его к виселице.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. Interesting. Let's name it the Odd Soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or no, it's not. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Подожди, какой след мы обсуждаем, барабанщик? На станках с ножным приводом. Окей.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south toward the traffic jam instead.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent. You're right. Let's keep a low profile. A week, maybe?
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is the lieutenant's eyes narrow.
Either way. What else?
Так, отлично.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and white boots. The hangman's knot is pulled tight, but this is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt. Big brother of the regular. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you. Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
Пивоварня.
No, you should not get a drink. You should perform an initial inspection of the victim's corpse. We are on the rope part. Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Ох ты, ох ты. Это электрохимия мне помогла. Вот этот приколы. Для авиаперевозок. Об этом говорит мой мозг. С другой стороны, что я вообще могу знать? Я даже не знаю, что такое воздушное судно.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed. A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory.
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Then you should ask me the first moment we get.
Свободная минутка. Это в конце, да? После 10. Раз нажмите на Ким и спросите его отдельно. Ну ладно. Потом.
The cadaver hangs from an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus.
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
The pattern does not stir patriotic or religious sentiment in you. What it does is speak to the wounded, limping animal, the male in particular, unable to communicate in anything more than grunts. It's impossible to tell if its advice is right or wrong.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from
Etrugatson
triggered.
an instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a... Sure.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks back. His eye, dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode. From the corpse,
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
Сколько надо выбить-то?
the corpse looks right through you as you distance.
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. As you narrow, this is only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
The monster comes back into focus.
So, what do you think? I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little
Блин,
sport.
это, короче, из-за того, что я умный, да, в интеллект закинул. То взгляд снова фокусируется на чудовище, взрыв цвета. Вот эти все штуки, тогда за нас кем работал?
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fuck
положение. Кожа на руках, ногах, шее потерял цвет. Из него что-то течет.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging. There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. Agreed. Especially, everything here seems to corroborate that assumption. I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead. That sounds about right, yes.
A pool of blood.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us. Someone else? You mean like someone already did? I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And climb up there, and there has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Yeah!
How? Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Там, где пряжка удерживает канат на ветке. Целься туда.
Where? Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some
Нифига
shit.
себе, да, сколько загадок вот в одном этом действии. С разных сторон подходишь.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Давай я попробую. Ну, он-то вообще очкарик. У меня 3 координации. Почему-то 2, тут 3. Наверное, мысли мне не дают покоя. Передумать. Не, давай уже не будем передумать. Хотя мы сможем сюда вернуться.
What else can we do?
Давай на него еще раз посмотрим. Давай отойдем. Эквилибристика. Ну нет, тут ничего не сделать. Окей.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of under.
Yes, we do.
Да, тебе придется стрелять ремень, других вариантов нет.
He breathes out.
Oh yeah, do this shit! Fuck it up!
Он, наверное, всегда промахивается. Может быть, не стоит его заставить. Давайте.
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot. Kuno wants some of that.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking it!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Ай, тут была точно подсказка, я ее помню, не подбадривай его. Соберись, черт возьми, что теперь?
Remain collegial, officer. It was an honest mistake, and I will not repeat it. No, we are lucky as it is. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position
теперь
with
я могу
brokers. We have eyes on. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him. We are not getting him down already. Not getting him. It's bad as it is. Us shooting. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you.
This is the sorry.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana
Стрелять на
pointer.
ремень. А, на
Take it,
ребенка не
shoot yourself
могу
in the mouth.
направить.
the cold piece of
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno?
Kuno is silent. Aggression gathers in the air. The trigger feels delicate and ready to break under your finger. The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Or what? You gonna fuck me?
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The slow movement of the branch in the...
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Куну. Тогда Куно прибежит, наверное, меня защищать ее.
Do it! Set me free!
О, нифига она, смотри, вылезла.
Don't.
Do it!
Самообладание легендарно. Нажать на спусковой крючок, выстрелить в нее. Нифига себе.
Put it right here, Mulko! Right here!
Колебался.
Intense shit, copper.
Could waved his gun! It wasn't intense, it was pathetic!
Поддался на провокацию. Минус. Блин, 17%, конечно, капец как мало. 12 надо выбить, 10 надо выбить. Блин. В прошлый раз я еще... Ну, шансы усиливаются, да, из-за того, что в прошлый раз тоже промахнулся. Давай стрелять. Да, посмотри, как это в отчете будет
A
выглядеть.
plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. You missed the belt.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! What a Mulko!
I agree. Police work is overrated.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot.
Pigs?
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Cop's bitter because he fucked that.
We still need to get him down somehow. The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have to ask the sus clearly.
Suck my dick, bitches!
The leader of the...
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's.
From the gates.
To the gates. Let's fight, I say.
Угу. Так, что у меня здесь? Инструмент, я думал, пистолет, наверное, туда-сюда гулял. Загорелось. Найти и попасть в порт. Эврара Клэра. Так, бутылечков нет. Пакетик на месте, бутылечков нет. Давайте пацану рожу разобьем.
So you tried to kill Kuno's girl? What's up with that? You want to talk about it?
Что это было такое? Хочешь об этом поговорить? Но я не хотел в нее стрелять, я просто в нее целился. Занесло. А, ну еще есть вариант там стрельнуть в нее.
What? Bitch! You fucking making excuses for yourself now?
Not all of us. Acts like that stick with you for a while.
No one's moving anywhere. Do this shit again, and Kuno's gonna climb in your room at night with a knife. Kuno knows where you sleep, but you and Kuno are good for now. Pals, shoot that shit at Kuno. Let's have a jolly time. And you're back in business with the Kuno. Now what is it?
Ладно.
Shitload pig.
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally...
If I were to want to waste my time,
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the... Kuno's fucking... Look at him. Kuno...
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80? When
Trying to fuck on Kuno. Fuck out of here.
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea. Rugby style. That shit, yeah? You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustache. Yeah, cock him. So yeah, he's the one you wanna talk to.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for...
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Он пытается не показывать, что не знает.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't he? I don't know. Mesco.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kuno. That's one name you can now cross off the list.
Just a couple of pigs.
Yeah, you tell the faggot he...
Fuck you.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, get the fuck out of here calling Kuno stupid. Pigs come to Kuno for guidance. Then...
They're lost without you, Kuno. They need...
Why don't you figure your shit out yourself before you come to Detective Kuno for help?
maybe we should.
You're testing...
Get lost,
Right, pig? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Look at that fucking... Fuck does Kuno...
The lieutenant takes a quick note.
It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it, Kuno.
Dunno.
Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Areopagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Areopagites of Ilmar.
Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her.
Да, она, то есть она здесь работает.
What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? What kind of gardening is done in March? Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. Suspicious.
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Why the fuck are you telling this shit to Kuno? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. The fuck about it? Your test...
Get lost,
Yeah? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno...
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third person. Kuno. Primal. Violent.
think about it. Think about that rabid Kuno shit.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's the
Escalate, Kuno!
pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this
Давай.
happen? This makes no sense.
Давай,
There
давай.
may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason. You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist didn't meet its target. Instead,
Pig's giant pig!
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
No.
Kuno's just gonna beat the shit out of you again.
I told you not to tempt such force. Now, how about we go and do something?
Look, see? It's the fucking war pig!
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Ты опозорился перед Куна. Блин, я не хочу даже этого говорить.
Whoa, whoa!
He's trying.
Reminisce.
Yeah, Kuno.
How are you gonna make Kuno forget that shit, huh?
Помириться с ним.
Please don't waste.
Don't listen to them. You can pay tribute to Kuno with your...
What are you doing? No, you really don't. That is a
You don't fucking matter, buck imp!
But why? You're turning this into a huge thing. Okay. If you absolutely need...
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Так, а что там? Сигареты, книжку человека с Хиемдаля. Окей, можно им книжку дать. Теперь нельзя с ним разговаривать.
all around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershore. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
Прикольно показали. Вот эта побитая штука. Ну это что такое? Не нажимается.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting. Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat. Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world. Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat or a patrol cloak.
Ты одет не по погоде, нужно разжиться плащом или пальто.
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinez, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol, ghosts rise into the sky. The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs. Cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction. A defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water. Coal City, end of all lines. Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance. There's a fleet on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strikebreakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbour are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow. La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbour. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms, cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary. Couronne, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain. A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide. Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath the feet of a dead man. He swings from a tree, a gaping hole in his bare, rotting chest. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock. Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes. It's home.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed. Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland, on a street there that flows like a muddy river in the snow, with fire traps rising on either side. A film rental opens its doors to the rain. An armored motor carriage rushes past the corner, where you used to walk together. Suddenly, the hair on your back rises.
You cannot return.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Ну, офигенно. Нужно ли мне...
Bastards! We have a right to work! Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here. You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest work. We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems. Ha! Couldn't handle us. Cause gives the workers strength. Besides, we're not that different. Rights of people. Rights of workers. Might be time. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work. Maybe you should ask. We have families to feed.
So do we, Scott.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through. I know nothing about a murder. Wouldn't put it past. Right to work!
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let up! When a bunch of beats me.
When the man moves around, you perceive some serious abs underneath his tight-fitting shirt. This man is in shape. There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting. His shirt is far too small and an unpleasantly tight fit, while he ignores your question. Silence is the answer. There's something off here, but he won't say what.
Honest men and women, we came here.
I have a question.
You think they follow because I'm big?
You've been talking to him for quite a while now. Something is off with this guy. Ask him where he's from.
What's it to you? Am I a suspect? Done no crimes. I only fight for the rights of people. We're all workers, right? Workers stick together. Came from the eminent domain in Jamrock. Background. Worked at Territorial. Ring a bell? We're done here.
Scott?
What did he just call you? Oh no, not this again. You just got away from that fucking kid.
Ой, с ребенком связано, скула.
No, I said scab. A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job. Beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid. Personally, I'd rather beg than scam. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
Big guy. He means the leader of the scabs.
I was just messing with you. Imagine. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the white murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Probably not. I wouldn't even know where to start with that. Much better here at the harbor, for an honest union man like me. Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
The coin narrowly slips.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyardero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
I'm really sorry, friend. Fritz nearby. Get some Nosafed. Good stuff. Helps against heart attacks, too. The little boy had a good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Вы сейчас приняли задание на 1 или на 2 части.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
A mezqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way. You know, serious.
Feels like he's hinting at something, but you're too hungover or dumb to understand right now.
Body still hanging in the tree? Hey, I'm not really an admirer of dead bodies. Might be someone else from the Union. I don't operate in that.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in. Yeah, the 2.5, then press the button to unlock, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está. Don't worry, I'm sure. Or you could convert to his Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible. Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Nothing a couple of solid hooks from Dexter and Sinister won't fix.
Что, правила и лев?
Sure.
Бомж с фонариком бежит. Сейчас развалим его.
Nobody
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his...
Are you admired? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle. Be calm. What is this?
Merely standing up makes you sweat profusely. Your breathing is erratic. Your own heartbeat in your ears grows frantic, and you feel your blood pressure rise.
Stop it. You are embarrassing yourself in front of this woman and your... this display...
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
That is precisely the negligence that has led you to succumb to Al Ghul. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick. No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. Jerking motions, signs of a late stage. You gave the world eugenics. You don't. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
О, оттолкнусь его с дороги.
That is right. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great... Bring your the walls.
This is your chance. He's talking. Rip into him with a punch and catch him off guard.
Бей. Грубо сил 28. Специализация.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Да, это, наверное, минус хп, минус хп.
Your fist cracks in his hand like a ripe.
The words to the song have changed.
Он меня сейчас убьет тут.
Say, good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Do you?
There are 3 categories: Those are a receding genetic pool has led the mound on reprehensible street parades. In mound cities like the Vesper, the other overproduction of seed, as proven by the mound, the indigenous, the Areopagites, the latter is perfected.
The Koikos of Grad, Yugo, Zimsk, Chest et al. Are what?
Yes, pinkness is the Koiko. The count, Revasho.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespias. The revolution. Enough of tips, CF. Lesser, the mesquite.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack. Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic. That is understandable. You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you need to internalize what you have heard here today. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss.
Ну, естественно. Усваиваем. Так, а как его завалить-то? Стойкость?
The unpromising race pupil returns.
Блин, повысить? Ну, так она мигает. Не, мало очков, мало очков. Сейчас еще новые эти разблокировать. Сейчас от шума убегу, поговорю. Тут прям капец как.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that Hulk.
А он не стрелял, он мог стрелять еще, да, в него, оказывается?
There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here. Let's think of something else.
Hello again, officer. How are things? Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least I hope so. Snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring. At least that's what my grandma always told me.
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbour gates. This is a great vantage point for keeping an eye on you.
No, of course not. I don't understand what this is about. The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me trouble. Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job, but that kid is beyond help, and he certainly won't help you.
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes, I'm tired.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome here, and the locals want to keep an eye on us.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're done here. Let's go.
Наверное, перчатки свои так и не отдала. А все почему?
Have you come to make your offering to Kuno?
Ким, подскажи мне.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own. A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own. Nope, no. That's still too high. What would...
Sure. Just be careful, okay? Looks...
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
Что такое? Так, а где? А, вот здесь. Билибристика.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
О, зелененькая.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
А, то есть... Только пока здесь пиджак. Даже его поднимать не буду. В таком случае. Но что нам надо одеть? Блин, электрохимию дают.
This is the night watch. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Что за черный экран? Ща, парни, подождите.
You stand and exit the booth.
Так, во-первых, сохраниться. Так, перезагрузился.
This is the night watchman's booth. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to la opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
Анальгетики.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now. You stand and exit the booth.
If you must.
But nothing incriminating catches your eye. It's a black and white photo.
Why did you take that? Fine, but let's move.
Так, на чем мы расу теорию-то? Давайте тормознем ее.
control. Marsh. On. Arrête. Off. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. Moving this container, of course.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers. Except
the crane doesn't. Inexplicable feminist agenda. There is something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters Revolutionary Feminist Agenda on the hull. It appears that some time ago, before you became a joke, you were an actual feminist. Somehow you've come to that conclusion. Perhaps you can work your way back.
РФ. Революционная феминистская повестка, наверное. Необъяснимая. Так, я забыл, надо сбегать в одном месте.
An imposing combination of a On second glance,
it's unfortunate for the Union.
The drawer opens smooth, hundreds of and the same material. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. The drawer slides shut.
Сила воля.
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Look how blurry. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp. But now, you're a police officer, not...
О, сконцентрировался по совету силы воля.
The drawer slides shut, smooth. The file cabinet stands steady as ever, and the unlocked. You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. The drawer slides. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. You're trying hard. The drawer slides. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. You're trying hard. The drawer slides shut. The file cabinet, the drawer slides. The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. It appears to... Remember, Leo, all items on the list have been crossed out, and the special... What is so special about this, Borscht? Code for drugs? Remember, Leo, all items... The drawer slide.
А, ну мы все равно сюда придем, поэтому забираем. Ну, все равно мы сейчас получим ключ, короче, и все, это уже не имеет значения. Сюда один раз надо выйти, отсюда не выйдешь уже по-другому.
Before you stands a cargo.
You do? There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? It's a cargo. We're not here to interact with containers.
No reply. You attempt. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. Why are you even trying to?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical.
У меня журнальчика моего до сих пор нет, кстати. Так.
Container.
The lyrics to this, the accent.
Container. Everard. I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not. I mean, I don't personally mind. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind. Oh, yes. Or the people say us Ubies are up.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers.
Sure is, miss.
I had to break this bonding moment.
Так, подожди.
Bye-bye now.
Логика. Ничто не мешает логике, но можно перезагрузить. Почему бы нет? Немного позлоупотребляем.
The accent.
Container. I see you are not a union man, mister. I mean, just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on this. Oh, yes. People say us.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Said, oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Yes. Everybody needs it. I'm like, actually.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real prick, but I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes, I am.
Я вспоминаю эмпатия, что ты говорила про то, что надо давить на мисс Бафор.
Oh, Lizzie. But she's a... If me miss doctor like me...
So Everett trained a lawyer named Miss Beaufort. Interesting. You see disdain in the lieutenant's dark eyes when they meet yours for a moment. He does not approve.
Oh, mister. I do a lot more than that. I really do. Oh, we're on a...
So no one is working?
Not everyone is dead, but Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. Oh, him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard. I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. Well, that's just how boys are, you know.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
I remember I was the runt of the class. But Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes. It's very...
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. Oh, the whirling's cook. Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be...
Told you.
Oh, you want? Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Я прям на него фонарем свечу.
Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course. Oh, we're on a...
So no...
Not ever, but Titus and his boys got into some drug... Like what, mister? Bye-bye now.
Вот этот разговор, да, я плохо помню. Но он сложный. А, главное на стул не садиться.
Before you is, with great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. Forget about it. Filter it out.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan of Felician, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Тихонько уйти.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Please, take a seat. Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist. Have a good day, Mr.
Блин, офигеть, невозможно не сесть. Есть наверняка какой-то вариант не сесть на этот стул, блин. Может быть, с кем-то предварительно пообщавшись. Ну что ж, у меня времени дофига. Блин, жалко, телепортироваться нельзя, да? А, я отсюда никак не выйду, я отсюда никак не выйду. Я отсюда никак не выйду. Мне нужна карта, чтобы отсюда выйти. Ну давайте садиться на этот чертов стул.
Mr. Dubois! Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men, reasonable... So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a represent...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Блин, у меня еще с силой воли проблемы. Сейчас в этом диалоге могу отъехать.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have known this should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your...
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Ну, восприятие зрения. Везде, так вы знаете, карта.
Yes, I know.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
Нет, все круто.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking...
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear, the world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Побочные эффекты пугают. Взял необычный чек. Этот стул просто орудие пыток. Самообладание 3. У меня 3%. У меня получается минус 3 плюс 1. Самообладание. Вот оно. Не паникуй. Ну давайте.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you...
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You...
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Не, стекать за стул точно нет. Там безопасно.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of...
Maybe you could use your hands somehow. In a kind of throw-in motion. Like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Блин.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
Ooh. Он видел, как мы перепрыгнули.
Yes, yes, Harry. You are obviously in peak physical condition, and I salute both your initiative and your physical prowess. Very impressive, Harry. Very impressive. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
Блин, а где же я? А, ну это он мне, наверное, имя мое назвал.
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true.
I think the odds of that are very low.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With
words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Что за уже число документов в папках? Про борщ, наверное.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man, so is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
А еще ремень. Про ремень можешь говорить, давай.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values. But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. Jean-Luc, my boy, I'm sending 2 police officers down. They have a dead body in a tree problem they need help with. Namely, they need it to be taken down. And, Jean, please take it easy with the race science. He's had enough of that. You can find Jean-Luc down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, He's going to help you.
Это этот, как нам примерит. Повешение. Пропавшем пистолете. Ну давай.
Yes, your lost gun. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage. Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Повешение, расследуешь подозрительное варево.
Oh, of course. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. Oh, you're being too modest, my friend. But don't worry. This annoying thing I have is completely legal. I just need you to open a door.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Драма мне очень нравится.
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. Harry, I'm a very busy...
You want to send someone a message?
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi. A loud, blabbering weasel. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in... Fantastic, my friend. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady brew. There are so many moving parts in my operation. I can't... You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just one thing. If you can, make it even shadier.
Подозрительным.
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about. And he doesn't care either.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Красноречие, блин. Где оно вообще? Где оно вообще? Красноречие. Такого нет, да? Логика, энциклопедия, риторика, драма, концептуализация, визуальный анализ, внушение. Внутренняя империя, сила воли, стойкость, это физика. Сумрак, самообладание, техника, эквилибристика, скорость реакции, восприятие, координация. Да, такого здесь нет. Красноречие. Находится в контейнере, что
My
снаружи.
dear Harry, I rarely do, Harry. I have people for that. Now, wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us. Mr. Dubois, see you soon.
Ну ладно. Мне кажется, мы проиграли этот раунд в какой-то степени. Надо было, конечно, везде подбегать. Прям к нему надо в самый последний момент. Ух. Блин. Ладно, сохранимся.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened up. Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm on.
Ладно, сохраняемся. Я, кстати, примерно понимаю, как использовать наркотики. Я думаю, это все-таки одноразовая акция, когда мне нужна какая-то там черта моя определенная. Тогда я их и буду использовать. Грубо сила головомер. Вот, головомер. Следы, визуальный анализ. Следы, визуальный анализ. Повешенная внутренняя империя средняя. Чем-то разблокировано, окей. Я просто вставляю, наверное, в руку. Выхожу из диалога, вставляю в руку наркотики. Вон она, дверь. И захожу, это теряю хпшку. Один раз. Ну. Все. В этот раз хотя бы гораздо быстрее справились.
The unpromising race pupil return. So it was.
You're so...
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard.
This is the uncomfortable result of not...
Listen to your little friend. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Мы еще будем общаться тут. О, в нее нельзя, во, можно.
The woman's gate.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Cool. I like men with guns and power. I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
РГМ продается. Ага, смотри. Тогда-то мы ночью это делали. Я еще тогда такой думаю, ну, ночью нормально.
And who are you? What is your business here? Why are your clothes 4 sizes too small for you?
Да, до невозможности коррумпированный полицейский. Я коррумпирую каждую предоставленную мне возможность. Это тебя не касается. Тебя не касается. О, мы с ним поругались, да?
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. The man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
Смотрит за спину гиганта. Что, лидер антистачник? Человек оборачивается, смотрит за спину на гигант, который появляется из-за угла, приближается, проходит мимо. Ну, он реально здоровый. Прям реально здоровый. Смотри, вот мимо Кима он прошел.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. And what you had to do was to become a union man for all to see. Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Что означает твои татуировки? Расисты, как правило, не бывают достойным представителем своей расы.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely it is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips. But this leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep. Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that. Mr. Claire is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did.
Блин, ну он противоречит сам себе, но его не поймать.
To serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? Rock and roll is moribund. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory.
Meshhead stoically looks to the distance.
I don't think anything about this. We are wasting our time having this conversation.
Your pedomorphic friend is right.
Пошел уже. А, ну говорить с ним тоже не о чем. Так, здесь мы ключ возьмем на лестнице.
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. But it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the wailing in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in, this jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself. He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. We're negotiating our share. Aye. This stuff, they already covered. The wolf always wants more. I like wolves. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process. No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The prairie is wide enough for all of us. I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool.
Лежит назад франко-нигрийского кодекса Боядера, переосмыслившего, в свою очередь, весперскую крутость.
That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider, if need be, an endless torrent of time. lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox. 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now.
И восприятие до 5, спиды дают 1 пси. Спидаем, короче, наркотики вообще только начинаем, Изучать наркотики, современная расовая теория, -1 драма. Обман до абсурда. Блин, что он там дает, я не знаю. Постоянку-то. Бонусы от мысли. Может прирасти эмпатия, минус электрохимия. Восприятие.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Хорошо, что не дал спуску этому аборигену. Но в следующий раз не давай вождю тебя обмануть. Не надо лезть прямо ему в лицо. Оставь себе место для маневра. Угу. Я могу его победить.
Let's talk about our right to work. We were promised work. We'd be in there, working. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever. Why don't you go arrest them instead? I'm sure they've done plenty of criminal shit. They have that look.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
No! They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
О, подожди, туда нельзя заглянуть? В это окошко нельзя заглянуть. Отошли от порта заводом его хочу назвать.
An old monument, a silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola. Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person. But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction. You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy. Not just any nose candy though, we're talking Royal Philippian Blow, allegedly twice as potent as the stuff you find nowadays, and purple. Philippian cocaine was purple. His Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms. Cocaine. That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay. Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum, a group of marble pleurons still surround the king's vandalized tomb. A deathly cold wind sweeps up candy wrappers and old newspapers. The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn of the century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces. Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit. People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Small, wrinkled photo, an ambrotype from...
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you why.
The woman still has no response. Where...
Окей, интересный персонаж. Ой. Грубая сила Майка. Майк на грубую силу.
The tear machine stands in the... Your bottles clunk in...
Anything else I can...
Blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed and gin. Great combo. Ask some local dealers, maybe. A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall. There, in that dark green glass. All in vain. The great flowing river of warmth. Wine, alcohol. Beer, alcohol. Love, alcohol.
Guess not, no.
Good thing you're an unrecovering alcoholic then.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Водка, выдержанная в серости. Где-то про эту серость читали. О, интеллект плюс 1 минус здоровье. Сколько стоит? 3. Ладно.
Here you go, mister.
Сигарет купили, окей.
You see several packaged.
Here you go.
Ну, двигай. Сука, время. Так. Давай пообщаемся. О, нет, они гораздо более накачаны, чем ты. И какие-то смазливые парни. Все? Мысли больше нет?
Welcome to Ivashol. Don't you welcome? Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to Revachol. It's a lorry driver thing.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, but you see...
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the strike? Oh, they've been at it for a while. Apples. Yeah.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest. You were bested.
It's about biological determinism, not the most popular.
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Open your eyes. Haven't you noticed something different lately? An unfortunate downturn, maybe? Huh? When members of the problem? The damn Kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the Kips of Boogie Street are going for. Right, it's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics. Don't push your luck. Looking for something, Hunt?
Окей, пока неинтересный мужик.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like springtime just...
Сигареты сейчас. О, ты же у меня нет очков. Очок. Нет перчаток. Угу. Нет. Полицейская волна плюс трепет. Просто полицейская волна. Подожди. Вот, все, плащ хорош. Так, а что там, подожди. Угу, все. Тикс. Визуальный анализ. Или мы проделали, подожди, визуальный анализ. Ну, у меня там следы. Что за следы? Карты нет, блин. Карта. Пошли карт купим. О, здесь можно дух восстановить. Я помню.
Hello, sir. Step right in. Are you interested in a new and exciting book? It's a bookstore, sir.
Whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
That is a book. A postcard is a small card. Board games are like little games. My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know? Okay, sir. My name is Feel free to step in and browse our wares. I'm signaling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. Thank you, sir. I'm glad to help Mum out with the store. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running. Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... Exactly. But we've been doing fine so far.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir? Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead. Crime fiction is about murders or,
Crime is what we were solving before this conversation began.
It's exciting to people like it. You don't look much like a policeman. Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen. What's that mean? And everything's better now, sir? Why is that? Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said that thing about Dick Mullen. Head? Yeah.
No, your resilience.
That's a bit childish.
Да.
Obviously, sir. He's just a fictional character. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Она боится проклятия.
You fail to deduce anything. She waits.
Come on, anyone would notice that. No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though. Yes, sir. It's the type of book, or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir. It happens. Those are unhappy books. For most of these are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody, well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting. That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life. Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum. I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though. No, I don't know.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower. The girl is at a loss for words. She shifts and sways on her feet, looking confused and uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know how to help you. Sir, sorry, sir. I'm still little. I can't... Maybe some about other books?
Так, надо срочно ящик погладить.
This poslavantore. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even, so do you. And then suddenly, you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of
Welcome to crime. Be welcome. And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Не, денег не буду просить.
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of cult. Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelf.
She smiles and nods.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. As a young girl should be, with the proper attitude.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. You see as
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for him. Nothing. What?
she speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks. This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified...
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's awfully parapsychologically speaking.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No!
Lies. Rip them open, we say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you. You see a dimly lit room.
I warned you!
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before. What if you just break it down? That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed. Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram. The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear. It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine. Only an echo. No one is there.
По-моему, нет, это красненькое. Угу.
Ow, shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Are you alright?
What is going on? I warn you!
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still...
Так, ну не буду сейчас, я потом еще прибегу. И наваляю этой двери. Грубая сила, +1, окей. Там, по-моему, болевой порог нужен. Ну, кстати, можно свистнуть у него здесь.
Several maps. The maps look old. This large map, Ozon, disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain River Shoal. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible. You can, on Caillou, River Shoal, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vimandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust. The north coast to the east, rolling Huron. It's so small. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world, you're still alive. It's not really a map. It's a tourist. Still, it's detailed.
I'm sorry, officer. They're quite valuable. though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
Красти ее. Разозлил ее. Техника упала. Блин, почему мне перчатки не дала эта девчонка?
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
Several maps. The maps look old and faded.
I'm sorry, officer. They're quite valuable. Though they that old thing from when some design studio people tried. They didn't get that far. For some reason.
А, я ее уже купил. Понятно. Теперь не украсть. Так, Ендаль.
This bookstore is not strict. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, wholeness, when it's up to your mind to heal. The book, there's even a chapter on the ancient...
I can't have you end up like...
Мы здесь не нашли книг.
The plaque on the shelf reads, biographies of famous people.
I would say... The book is also very... Perhaps for a...
Do her words seem vague and abstract to you?
Certainly.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. Browsing suddenly, high-speed love. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a...
I really I'm sorry. I did not mean to rush you.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the...
Oh, you're a police officer.
Crime fiction. Is it these books? What's not a single mention of all the stress this work creates. You see, a killing is declared. Dick Owner turns out yes, tragedy. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Чё, кто такой Дик Малин? Вот так и не нашел ответ на самый главный вопрос, кто такой Дик Малин.
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. A worn paperback. Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere. Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on?
Это про нее, что ли, говорят? Или на обложке?
Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassingly obvious. Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is returning to normal.
Something the matter, detective?
The lieutenant narrows his eyes and contemplates the book for a moment.
I would certainly say she fits the description, providing that's your type.
A small mountain of colorful board games.
Wonderful board. Browbritter is a fun. Don't be so. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build lousy. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts.
And endless. There's also books in a board game section. Who wants to read books? There's a box that says Wirral. 3rd edition mega setting supplements. That price, nonsense for anemic Beano clods. The display rack is brimming.
Oh, blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those... What does it matter? If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend Hjelmdalaman, the man from Hjelmdal. Oh yes, certainly.
Rows and rows of Hjelmdala, maybe 100. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound. Not even close. Man from Hjelmdal in hell. Man from Hjelmdal and the forest. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man. Between the throne and the Hjelmdala man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall.
The entire series is also endearingly racist, if I may add.
Oh, sirs, I know. This really isn't representative of our values, but the store has to cater to its customers.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hjelmdal novels. The display rack is brimming with...
Noted.
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark.
Подожди, чё?
The lights are so pretty when it gets dark. Oh, kings and... I think that's why...
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from...
But it does...
They're all dogs.
Why would they do that, sir? That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. Standing over a dead body, holding a gun.
You fail to deduce anything substantial. She waits intent.
Come on, don't be silly. That's not a proper deduction.
Okay.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. So cool. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights and they solve shit.
И коп в одном предложении понял, как странно это звучит.
What are you? Deaf? They're perfect, like rock star politician and drug addict teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish. Yeah, you have. You're a big dick cop, Dick Mullen, Salam Rocky Baye, badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera, lights. With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Минус 2 логики. Все равно вряд ли. Отключить на час логику, поехали. Карта. Карта уже есть. А что с ней взаимодействовать?
The worn map features the patchwork grid of your finger moves through the finally coming to a halt on the...
А, и все.
The worn map features the patchwork. The cover of this tattered paperback features the man from Hjelmdal, standing atop a pile of bloody corpses. His two Zweihanders are crossed over his massive chest in a dramatic X, their blades dripping with gore. Behind him rise the harsh, snow-capped peaks of his native Northlands, In bold red letters, the title, Heimdall Man, the man from Heimdall, unfurls like a banner. In the foreground, a nearly nude woman lies spread in supplication, her privates strategically covered by her flowing black hair. The back blurb reads, his latest adventure serves as the perfect introduction to the savage Heimdall saga. Meet man from Heimdall, his faithful blood brother, Tyribald, the noble Lord Hrothgar, and some of their most fearsome foes yet, for the Northlands, for Heimdall. Below, in smaller font, you see the parenthetical, adapted from Man from Heimdall and the Necromancer's Treasure. Man from Heimdall, Lord of Hrothgar, and Man from Heimdall. The story opens in media res. The man from Heimdall and his band of northern reavers are in the bowels of an ancient temple, surrounded by an army of gibbering whites, led by the deathless necromancer. One by one, the brave Northmen fall to the relentless crush of undead, only to join their number as reanimated corpses.
Минут 15.
By nightfall, only the man from Heimdall and his blood brother, noble Tyribald, are left standing against the dead horde. It is an honor to die by your side, brother, Tyribald cries, as his battle axe beheads one of their reanimated comrades. 9, Tyribald, the man from Heimdall, bellows over the army of flesh and bone. Have courage, for the Northlands, for Heimdall. He leaps to the mezzanine to face the black-eyed figure, and like a mad ice bear, whirling twin Zweihanders, Sturm and Drang, he plows through the ranks of the deathless, surrounding the necromancer. And with deadly finesse, his twin blades scissor the necromancer's head from its body. The undead legions collapse like ragdolls as the dark magic leaves them, and the two Northmen stand alone in their cursed temple, where the bodies of their lost brothers litter the floors. The man from Heimdall stares at you on the cover, his face fixed in grim resolve.
Окей. Не уверен, даже что буду отдавать эту книгу сейчас. Что я хотел? Хотел... Подожди.
You see a set of tire tracks.
Не сейчас. Створка грузового контейнера, риторика. Крылась повешенной. Визуальный анализ, следы. Я разве не закончил с ними? Что за следы?
What do you see?
Подожди. Это эти самые следы. Да, это эти самые следы. Чего они здесь? Ладно.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Yes. 1. In
the RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
No, you and I are detectives. An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself. You are. It's either this, or we complete the initial interviews. We already met Evrard, that only leaves the Wild Pines representative. There's one in town, negotiating the strike. She could have information. Not much later, I hope. He's about to melt away soon.
Бля, прям сейчас к ней бежать.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, well.
Так, инструменты.
This trash container is locked. Force time isn't happening. What is this? Your triceps ache for the metal to bend, but it resists. This there's a creaking sound as
the quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy.
Unsatisfying, hurtful. You hear it full of itself.
The strange thing is...
No, he don't. Unreal. We should find his gun and kill someone with it.
With a well-oiled... Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just the feeling. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see, a box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste among the has the
victim dropped them in here, officer. Guitar marked, the belt is missing.
Something slimy, a drab, long-sleeved shirt.
This is a military type of...
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
All right, we should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
The fuck's you?
See? Not really.
The lieutenant nods. It's just... What's this? A blue piece of something large.
Officer, is that your paper? It is. Look, if you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or
you pick out a broken mug with an oddly rate only in its... The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list.
Bent metal. Broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. Kudos.
Против минус 2 болевой порог. Противопредметный спецотряд. Давай блокируем. Ну, что такое? Вис?
It's the ledger you found in the... There's a... It's a metaphor. It's just toilet. Still wet. The toilet paper... An aluminium block runs the... The surface is interrupted.
What? It depends.
Your kill count. Yours will surely have your kill count.
Так, что он погружен? Тут на записи ему требуется пара секунд, чтобы разглядеть. Да, галогеновый водяной знак. С его помощью наносят данные. на собственность РГМ.
Any capable light with all RCM vehicles.
This means you can read the watermarks. If
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden, they're not exact. Once in a while, work. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. It's okay. We all...
Like a fan of girls. Yes, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples. Yes, others are... You like this grimy murdering. Don't. No, you don't. You're a human measuring instrument. Almost entirely intellect. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it...
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Again, I pray his loved one. Rail spiked through the head.
There is, for precisely one, the task you inspect, get the interview, the cafe. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying and a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper.
Надо силу воли качнуть.
Things to be done.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Так, здесь я хочу сохранить. И реально качнуть. Так, что же там? Силу воли. Все, чтобы хотя бы двоечку бегать, а одна иногда восстанавливалась. Сила воля. Боевой порог сложно. Охраняемая дверь. Не, ну вроде белые заблокированы. Проверки на белом фоне сейчас доступны. Он, наверное, имеет в виду это прозрачные белые. Не понимаю. Так. Вернемся, надо добить его.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of paper. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41. Why, yes, your precinct number is. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. Harry Dubois, HDB. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible." The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lecture. The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agree. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. No one cares what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger. Not much has changed. Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship they claim to know It would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this, you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are gonna get. They're gonna crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets. And you're the first one.
Ты первый из них. Блин, бонусы пока вообще ничего не дают. Может быть, выкинуть пока? С другой стороны, я на это потрачу очко. Может быть, в логику вложиться проще. А, ну место освободит. Если я выкину его. Визуальный анализ. Внушение, электрохимия, самообладание. То, что надо. Визуальный анализ, внушение, самообладание. Электрохимия тоже, в принципе, важна.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez. The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual. Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow? That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
Что меня сюда закинуло? Окей. Минус 2 сумрак, тихие воды. Минус 2 сумрак, но я могу, в принципе, сейчас это пережить, да? Королевство совести. Так, дай перчатки, блин.
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago. An autopsy? Wow.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and...
All right.
The dashboard lights up. The lights on.
There you go. I'll turn them off from...
This is precinct 57, of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold...
Received.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a...
Officer? Yes, hello? Oh, right.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
Это химия.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thief. People don't have...
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Yeah, go on. No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and the court. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law. You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Вот моя.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Да, я тебя помню.
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes.
There is silence on the other end of the line.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns.
Деньги за пушки не купишь, а вот пушки за деньги. Вполне. Деньги за пушки.
It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on, the disco things. Well, I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective? No, absolutely not.
Да, про это я забыл.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Блин,
Bye.
зачем я на свиданку пригласил? Повестка. Гард пригласил меня на свидание. Блин. Стоп.
Yes, you have obviously done something.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened, it just made me want to quit. Yes, obviously, I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Well, you were worse than all of them. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. We go on, by the OO. I can't listen to it anymore. You've to hell with that song. Then there was your room. I tried to, and then you screamed something about how your ex, and then I had to deal with your toilet. The one I won't even mention you waving your gun around. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. The stuffed bird. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though. Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Guard. I really do. No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing. With the corpse and all that.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him, maybe. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something. All sorts of things. From disco, yes, that's the one.
Interesting. You still have to find a copy, though, before you can blast it. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Word.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? '57.
In the cabin, you see. As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp,
there she.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of
Это все, что я успел на
micro-perforations.
сегодня. Ну, труп снял, окей, в первый день. Но не так уж много и успел.
The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo.
Let me see, right here. No, it does not.
The rectangular water, you catch a face in the mid.
Ah, Martinez at night.
Двое мужчин, худой и грузный. Игра стал для них сценой, но лишь один помнит свои реплики.
Let me see, right here. It has its problems.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has not bad. The next, you count 216 perforations. Considering that nice, large number, a wave of pride washes over you, though you can't say why, precisely. The last row has 3. That's it.
Those are Son. The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Осталось 10 тысяч дней.
No shame in working a regular job, detective. Sometimes after a long day of doing this, I even end. This next row? Wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, Clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM. Call it what you... Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, there are certain... But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that. Yes. Everyone has... Personally, I find it... Oh, this and that. Why not gardening?
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Wow. So someone's been a little boring. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown. No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal.
You? I wouldn't worry about that.
See? You're so regular and vinyl brown, he doesn't even want to talk to you about it. Of course you do. Let's get right to it. My lord's copotype is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
То есть в прошлый раз у нас какой-то другой коп был похуже.
Done and done. No actual communiques will be sent, of course. That would be too dramatic.
-2 внутренняя империя. Это дофига. И очков нет. Так, уже можно спать, в принципе. А о чем он там хочет поговорить?
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year. You should take care of that, then. Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street.
Ладно, сейчас заложим эти.
Hello again, sweetie. Oh, sweetie,
You've got guns of steel and a chiseled jaw somewhere under the bloated alcohol layer. Maybe she'd like to sponsor you. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you...
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished.
It's easy. You bring a valuable item to a pawnbroker, who then gives you money for it. Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there'll be a... Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but... Hello again, sweetie. I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket. Oh, thank you, dear.
Even the lieutenant seems happy with this.
Now, what else, sweetie?
А, это ушел уже.
You see a heavy steel. The cobalt, it leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this, half ruined. Whatever is behind it must be older. The cobalt blue surface, it leads to a side building. The door does not budge.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just hardly. Anyway, Gart is the person to...
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found how strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash...
On Clinton Street, near the Boogie Street Diamond, a small truck rattles down an alleyway. It stops by a rusted trash container. Two men, their faces rough and swollen, jump out. They look at the container, despondently.
Thank you anyway.
Yes? Wait, what? But what about the bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
Она сказала, это вышло случайно.
You broke the skewer!
I assure you it was him.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer? I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me? Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or?
Это самое, спасибо.
Anti-Object Task Force. Behold, the Anti-Object Task Force has assembled. God's avenging angel, arrayed against the lower emanations of the Darkened One. Shoe racks, tape recorders, motor carriages, and doors. So many doors. You're not just pounding it all to pieces. You're reforging the universe, from the anvil of the heavens to the worms below. Indulge in it. Be bold. Have an impact on the shape of creation. Out of the furnace of your rage. A new reality. Also, you should trash your room again.
Разнести свой номер. Нападение на физические объекты компенсирует урон. Больше не получаю от этого урона. Плюс болевой порог. Физиология, лимит всех навыков повышается. Это вообще тема. Это крутая тема. Так, одно очко есть. И, кстати, пока спать не ушли, надо кое-что сделать. Вот здесь, за двориком. А, он еще здесь. А, нет, там, блин. Это там.
just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Некоторые вещи в сумерках выглядят отчетливее.
You have no clue. It's just so many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, crap.
Класс.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The door is slick with rain. You don't hear any. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from...
I guess no one is in. Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrard we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Кто-то будет следить за нами, проверять.
Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this.
Не, мы там пойдем
The door to the... You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle.
Заходим, естественно. Тут симпатичненько.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
И желтая кружка тоже оттуда.
A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash.
Ставим на полке кружки. Хозяин этой квартиры должно быть выбросил свой мусор в бак танцев.
And now they've drawn the ire of the union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, a nice coincidence.
Тут здесь живет, явно увлекается блондинистыми героями фэнтези с накачанными что-то там. О, белая рубашка логика. Моего размера. А у меня что, грубая сила. Может, мне сейчас грубая сила пригодится, не знаю. А может быть и логика. Давайте логику держать. Кстати, концептуализация была рубашек. Солнце на флаге такой красный, что от него почти ощущается тепло.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty.
Блин, он, наверное, здесь жил. Вот этот, который приехал сюда. А может и нет. Может быть, он реально здесь жил.
This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. Happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag.
Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy.
The lieutenant does not bow to the flag. It accepts your salute with quiet dignity.
Открыта книга «Тайный мир тростей». Небольшой чемоданчик, набитый одеждой. Кто-то приехал в гости. Что это такое? Какая-то... Чтоб скрывать кого-то, звать. Или чтоб вставать было проще. Что это такое? Может, он в броне спал? Тут, по-моему, даже двуспальная. Что такое? Или это сексуальная какая-то характер, тема? Непонятно. Но это все. Поговорить с дверью. Там было поговорить с дверью.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. More old bullet holes, half a century at least, from the revolution. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there? You were looking pale there for a second. What are you looking at? Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century old. Perhaps a crime of a sort ages ago, but no, these do not warrant an investigation. Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Should we go?
Так, ну здесь мы пойдем спать. Чего я вам желаю, если вы смотрите на ночь. Спасибо, что посмотрели. Прожмите обязательно лайки. Скоро продолжим. Всем хорошего настроения. Пока.